Welcome everybody to the start of a little Let's Play here on the stream. We got another horror-ish game to play after wrapping up Dead Space 2. This is Alan Wake, the somewhat polarizing action horror game from Remedy, makers of course, the... excuse me. There we go, that looks good. From the makers of Max Payne. I moved the chat window over to the right because it was looking all weird. I'm going to have to work on that when we're done streaming. I didn't want to delay things further. But with Alan Wake no longer being sold on Steam, which makes it very hard for a lot of people to play it, I really want people to experience this one. And to make things even more interesting, we are going to play things on Nightmare difficulty, which is the hardest one, and unlock some new pages as well.
Stephen King once wrote that nightmares exist outside of logic, and there's little fun to be had in explanations. They're antithetical to the poetry of fear. In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest, and is what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
I never read Stephen King, but I've watched, I think, a lot of the movies, of course.
I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason, I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there. I'd seen the hitchhiker too late. He was dead. I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
Oh, Alan.
Suddenly, his body was gone. I was in shock from the crash. I could hardly stay on my feet.
Oh, actually, hold on one second. We have the commentary on. I'm going to turn that off here because it's going to eat up a lot of time. Yeah. Alright. One second. I'm just going to move the chat window up to the northeast. Just because of the fact that... There we go. That a lot of the subtitles are going to be down below. Now, unlike Dead Space, we can actually run and jump.
I had to go to the lighthouse. I knew there was something important waiting for me there.
Is that not too distracting in the upper right? You want me to move it back down to the bottom left or bottom right?
The bridge had collapsed. I'd have to find another way to the lighthouse.
Alright. Yeah. Controls are a little funky here. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright. I'm just gonna leave it back down there for now, and Worst comes to worst, I'll have to look into this when we're done streaming.
Recognize me, do you, Ryder? You think you're God? You think you can just make up stuff? Play with people's lives and kill them when you think it adds to the drama? You're in this story now, and I'll make you suffer.
Alright, so the thing about Alan Wake is that we really don't want to be fighting these enemies. Let's hope I can get timing for dodging, right?
You can't stop me.
Come on, buddy. Matrix dodge.
I realized that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I'd been working on.
Because the enemies are going to respawn endlessly in a lot of
How
parts.
does it feel to die by the hands of your own creation?
The key is we need to get to safe spots, indicated by light. Run, Alan, run! Damn it, Alan, pump those legs.
This way! Hurry!
The lighting in this game is also really good.
Mr. Wake, it's me! Clay Stewart, remember? Oh no! Stop! No! Damn it, die! No! No! No!
He doesn't know how to dodge, apparently.
I was trapped. There was no way out.
Didn't they want me to die?
The cabin was a death trap. I had to get out.
Let me out. There we go.
Follow the light. You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe there.
In this game, we have to head towards the light to heal. There we
Well
go.
done. I have something important to tell you. It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home lies a deeper, darker ocean green, where waves are both wilder and more serene. To its ports I've been. To its ports I've been. Do you understand?
No.
Follow my light. I entered your dream to teach you. The darkness is dangerous. It's sleeping now. When it feels you coming, it will wake up. There's no time. I can only show you the most important thing.
Now I'll be introduced to combat here.
By the dark presence. You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm. Only light can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again. Here, take the light. Turn your flashlight toward him and burn the darkness away.
Also, playing on Nightmare means that they're going to take more light. Yeah. There we go.
darkness no longer protects him, but it's still inside, controlling him. He can't be saved. He's still a threat. He is still your enemy. Here, take the gun.
Now you'll die.
Nope. Dodge, Alan. There you go.
Good. You've done well. Remember what I've taught you. That is all. I will give you back your dream now.
Sure, game. Thank you.
In the nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world.
I'm going to probably be skipping a few cutscenes in the beginning because they're just very long and exposition heavy.
You made me this way, and now I'm gonna.
Where'd you go, buddy? Now, because my health technically regenerates, it does give me a lot more leeway in terms of avoiding danger. Unlike Dead Space, I don't really have to worry. As long as we get to light, we will always fully recover our health. Oh good, we got the badass flare gun.
You're dead, just like me.
I don't think so. Boom. I told you, badass flare gun. Run, Alan, run.
I can keep this up forever.
Unfortunately, we won't get the flare gun back for at least a few chapters. Ow, it's got smacked by a cone. Now, Alan Wake's development was very interesting. When the game was first announced, it looked like it was going for more like of a Twin Peaks meets Silent Hill kind of approach. I'm curious how much change was going through the development. Do you guys want the subtitles on, or I can leave them off? Up to you.
He's here. Alan, wake up. Shh, baby. Just another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
As a mirror to the facial models don't look as good compared to Dead Space. The environment, though, does have really good effects in this. I'm going to skip the cutscene here. Basically, Alan is going with his wife here because he's kind of had a break, and he's going to visit a doctor to help him with his writer's
I'll
block.
even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear. Hi.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is just 2 weeks away.
Deerfest, huh? Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife, if you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Alan Wake.
I won't pretend I don't recognize a famous writer such as yourself, Mr. Wake. A pleasure. I'm an avid reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I could get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine, I'm on vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the two of us. I'm sure you understand.
This is pretty much, I think, a some of a forced cutscene here.
Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
Come on, buddy.
Very nice. I got a couple of really good ones. And I see you made a friend. That's cute.
Right.
And there's our friend Barry.
Yeah?
Hey, bestseller. How's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah. We just got here.
Are the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great, great. Just want to make sure you can relax and recharge. So, how is the place?
Yep.
Has it gotten your creative juices flowing?
Barry, we're just settling in.
Okay, Al. I'll call back later to make sure you're doing okay. And you call me if there's a problem, okay? Okay. I'm just looking out for you, buddy. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Barry.
Oh, Barry.
You know he's going to be calling you every 5 minutes.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
What did I tell you?
Text message from Barry. He says hi to you too.
There's the map.
Alan, we're here. Come on, let's get back to the car.
And again, this opening part, a lot of cutscenes.
I got all your books. I got the cutout from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
And look, there he is.
Keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you. Right. So much for a quiet vacation.
Try the coffee.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox. I'd do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable.
It does that. Get stuck. Yeah. You need to give it a good solid whack. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Hello, lady.
This is it. I've died and gone.
Hey.
Go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am.
And again,
I wanted to find Stucky to get the key and get out as soon as possible.
metaphors for light and dark are strong in this one.
Overeager fans always did.
Nothing creepy about here.
Hello? Mr. Stucky?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring. You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark. This really...
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you all right?
The Andersons, they're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the call.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
Aw. Everybody likes Alan.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
That diner was a real nut house.
Can you believe this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay. We can talk about this later.
Alright. So welcome to Cauldron Lake.
It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know.
Alright, so we can explore around, but...
The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Like I said, a lot of light and dark allegories in this game. And look, it looks like a face on the house. Oh, I hope you guys enjoy those crows, because they're going to be haunting us for this play. There we go.
Here we go. Let's take a look inside.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Hello? Anyone here?
We still have our
For a
super
moment,
light
the oppressive
powers.
feel of the nightmare I had seen on the ferry returned.
Oh.
Damn. I needed to get the power running in the cabin. There had to be a fuse box or a generator somewhere on the island. The cabin looked like a time capsule from the 60s, or even earlier.
And we still have jumping yet, but we'll... Oh, there we go. Alan's so excited, isn't he? Wind chime.
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
Alright. Hope you're taking notes on where this power is going to come back in a few minutes. Come on, Alan, run.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
We'll be doing this quite a bit in the game, too. But for those of you watching, we'll be getting out the intro very shortly.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
Ghost of Night. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And they're little fun vignettes, too.
Alice? Honey?
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
And now we get to the bit of the twist.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone keeps...
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists. Maybe...
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice! God damn it!
I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through.
You really have a headlight.
Damn it. Alice?
Alice? Alice!
The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Little crows up there.
Alice, I'm coming!
Yeah, those
It's all
crows
right,
are
I'm coming.
pains in the you-know-what.
Help me!
Alice?
Alan needs to work on his cardio.
Alice?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, don't do it.
Keep going. Wake up.
Alice?
Oh, Alan. They were definitely hinting at doing a sequel or maybe more post-story DLC.
Like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Alright, we're now officially beginning our play of Alan Wake from here.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Alright.
The gas station was my best bet.
So, as we were talking about earlier, these maps are very wide. And similar to Left 4 Dead, they do the trick of using light to guide you organically.
Damn.
Oh, there goes our car. Now, there are hidden collectibles of pages, with exclusive ones for playing on Nightmare difficulty. I'm going to raise the music up just a little bit. 1 second.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello? Someone there?
And now we're introduced to the main plot device of Alan Wake. Pages from Alan's mysterious book.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started.
I'm writing now. Maybe I'll do that for my next book.
I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Now, one thing that kind of sucks because we are playing this on this version is that
by Alan Wake.
They're not going to pop up
The
normally.
man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard
So
to
I'm just
make
going
out.
to load these up very quickly. And again, if you look at that symbol to the right there, those are Nightmare exclusive pages. And they either add more to the plot or flesh out some of the other characters. Another thing I really like about the game is, if you notice, I'm shifting his perspective with the right analog stick. It just makes it easier to move and attack.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Sadly, Alan is no Isaac Clarke. We're not going to be crafting weapons or a super suit in this game. Yeah.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Here's our first collectible page. And again, unfortunately, because I can't seem to reset the collection, I basically have to do it like
It was
this.
impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot. For a long time, the dark presence had been weak, sleeping. Nothing but a half-forgotten nightmare.
But something like this is kind of our clue as to what's going on with the story. Yep. But really, the main thing about Alan Wake is progress.
Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help.
Listen, I need to...
I don't think it does.
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky.
I like the whole shining effect of these guys, too.
Reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Oh, Carl. We hardly knew ye. But as I was saying, the main thing about Alan Wake is that it is all about progress. It doesn't matter how much damage I actually take, as long as I get to a light source, which will checkpoint the game. There's another page. And apparently becoming part of the darkness gives you parkour powers, too.
You lose?
Shit.
Run, Alan, run!
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would.
I hope you guys like the literary references
Shining.
or horror movie references, because there's a lot of them here. Also, there's Energizer product placement too, because apparently only Energizer batteries can save you from demonic monsters. Get Duracell and you're completely screwed.
During your trying.
It's funny, that's the only real product placement, but they don't use any for like bullets.
Yes.
Right Falls Sheriff's Station.
Uh-oh.
Hello? Hello?
You can
Maybe that's how they finished the game too. Uh-oh. Get out there, Alan. Get out. I love the fog effect in this game. Look at that fog surrounding us. That is super evil fog.
There were more of them.
Alright, but again, the key to this game is we need to stay in the light. So to save myself on batteries, I'm going to use that light to kill him.
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick. The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Now whenever we see this what is it, luminescence paint, it always cues us in as to hidden treasure troves of items. So we only have one bullet of our super flare gun. So for this next part, again, we want to move as quickly as possible towards each save point. If you look to my left there, there's a page. But here's the little bit of the twist. Anytime we go off the beaten path, it can spawn enemies. And you'll see that more very shortly. He's fine. But yeah, trees and wilderness are enemies here. Yeah, but enemies will infinitely spawn.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Now, what's very polarizing about Alan Wake is the fact that the game is built into an episodic structure, meaning that all of our resources will be reset whenever we move from one chapter to the next. It kind of makes me think that this game was possibly aimed at maybe being like a DLC or a series of downloadable chapters. So we don't really have to hoard items in this game, because they're going to be taken away from us regardless. Hope everybody likes Carl.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Oh, if you look right over there, that I believe is a nightmare page. And this should be the next page of what we're collecting.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun.
Now, one thing that is kind of a bummer about Alan Wake... Wow, El Gordo is reading my mind here. I was just about to say that. The enemy design is very basic. We're not going to be running into too much variety in terms of them or the bosses. I can passively... super dodge. What was I saying? Oh yeah. We can passively get around most of these enemies. But yeah, we're not going to be finding too crazy. No infectors here.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
Again, if you notice, my health is recovering on its own. It will always do that to some extent. But like I said, really the big point about this game...
There was no power. There was bound to be a
is to just keep
somewhere at the
pushing for progress. This will be another game that's good for speedrunning too. And look, head towards the light. Not going to do it in time. You can move fast enough, you can stop a lot of these guys before they get within threat range. One lumberjack dead. And when you're playing this on Nightmare, you really do have to use like the passive trick. There we go. And like I said, unlike Dead Space, I don't really care about my resources all that much. It's all about getting checkpoint to checkpoint. Yeah, the flare system is really good in this game, and you'll see that in the next episode. Huh. I can see that. There's another page. And again, I'm fully healing in light. I also like the kind of the beacon kind of design in this game, with how we're basically moving from one lighted area to the next. So the game is very explicit in its checkpoint system. Enemies will typically engage me to a point, but the light also acts as a natural barrier to them. They will stop chasing me whenever we go from one light source to the next. And I will be exploiting that quite regularly in this game.
I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside.
Alright, so again, these dots let us know that there's a secret.
cooped up in the studio.
I kind of wish we could just carry the radio along with us. We are about 3/4 of the way to the gas station, I think.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs.
No.
Belly Burster is the best with no cuts.
Alright, it's time to do a little running, folks.
The famous dog is...
Monsters off. And when you hear that sound effect, that tells us there's trouble. So right now, they're going to be spawning enemies until I get that light on. And again, once we get the light on, it checkpoints, and we are now in a bit of a safe haven. And of course, we gotta run right through the darkness. Oh look, there's another light. And yet, they are very good at aiming in this. As you can see. Huh. Stop that. I can also jump to try and avoid them as well. But again, I'm just trying to keep ahead. And once we're back in the light, we are safe. Outside of fixed events where we have to fight, we really don't want to be fighting the enemies in Alan Wake. So we got something over here. Next big group of guys, we'll pop them. Uh-oh.
Salad, no. A man like me needs a hefty meal. That's for today.
Oh, do you see that over there? There's a bit of something shiny. Or then it's just a down power line. I hope you like this view, folks. It's going to be shown a lot in this game. There we go. And look, we got a shotgun. And more lithium batteries. And here's one of the many TVs.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed.
And I'm sure most of you are getting the reference here.
Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide.
I wish I could watch these outside, because it takes like 2 to 3 minutes per episode. Great if you're playing the game on your own. Not so great if you're trying to play it on a stream. Alright, no light. And yeah, this is basically worst case scenario here. We just want to move through here as quickly as possible.
As you might think, it can be dangerous. It requires patience.
Wait for it.
The engine to cool. Dropping tools.
Yeah, we won't be using our weapon here. Uh-oh. Should be time for Carl here. Carl here knows how to move. Oh wait. this is kind of our mini boss. There we go. Goodbye, Carl.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come, assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive. I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Alright, now how do we get out of here? Ah, yes.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Alright. So I believe...
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone.
There's something hidden all the way at the end there. But that's basically sending us into deadly territory. So let's get in.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy.
And of course, that's a twist that comes into play later on. Oh, it's called Bright Falls. There we go. So this should be the end of the episode.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Oh, and this is the thing. At the end of every episode, we get a little recap for the next one.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Alright, episode 2. But first, a prologue.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
And I believe there are more hidden pages here. Yeah, I missed one page somewhere.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Very exciting objective, I know. Yeah, it's one hell of a storm.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Nice, it's a CCTV.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
Oh,
these look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way,
And look, 2 golden guns.
My dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Alan!
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
We're going. There we go.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
And I believe it's live action, too.
Writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you.
Aww.
Even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
I don't know, she's no Isaac's dead, possessed wife.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Another neat little trick I think they do with Alan Wake is that it occupies the same kind of rules as Silent Hill. That when you're in the normal part, it's typically safe, you only worry about too much things trying to kill you, but then when it becomes dark, all hell breaks loose. Alright. I think we should be good.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
I'll take that.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
No, let me
My men
out.
are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
Powered by Verizon.
Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. I'm watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he'd quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
I need it to be bright in here.
So this is a little achievement you can do. There we go. I think if you don't turn the light off, he comes back being dead.
Anybody tell you different?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Alright. Do you mean my left or his left? Come on, Alan.
Alice's
There's another
driver's
page.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
And again, these are the various notes here. Probably the single greatest part of this game.
Barry?
And there he is.
God, where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
It's time for Barry. Uh-oh, look at that. He doesn't look so good.
That reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little
There's Dr. Emil.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
And there's our hero.
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
You
no
go,
harm
Barry.
done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
I don't know.
Get me out of here.
We'll have to look at it when the game ends.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable.
Alright,
But when he heard
we'll
about
skip this cutscene because we're going to be heading up here to the
I'd come here to rent a cabin
there.
where I could wait till midnight.
Or, I'm sorry, the lodge.
And, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Oh, good.
And she was very helpful when I was looking for you.
He should have been the star of Alan Wake 2.
Easy there, boy.
Barry's
I'm
Quest.
almost done. Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
Aww.
Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
This looks like a reference from Max Payne, doesn't it? That med pack.
When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm. Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the
I'm surprised they didn't do something like that with the TV and radio.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
By just being able to keep things going.
Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're...
Alright. Sorry, Barry, we gotta get going.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Oh. Alright, Barry, we can do this.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Nice little cabin here. And more Energizer brand batteries. Hello, John. Oop. Alright, so we are now beginning episode 2, and this is when things will get a lot more challenging. More pages. This is the PC version.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the
There
smartest
wasn't a
thing
car
I'd ever
here,
done,
right?
but I
No.
was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Come on, Alan. And I'll be doing this bunny hopping a lot. Because it actually lets you move a little bit faster. Oh boy, that's a good question, John. I want to say I got it on sale for like $10, $5 or $10, like on a Steam sale, and it did come with the DLC. And the 2 DLC chapters are really good, and we'll be playing them ideally if I can finish this game in the next few days.
Back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has
Anything
just
here?
parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
Yeah, we're going to have to skip some of the radio and the TV things, unfortunately. Even though they're really great, it'll just be me standing around for like 2 to 3 minutes a pop. And again, knows the light guiding us. And the light being knocked out. I've played this one before, but that was like 3 years ago. I think was the last time I actually did a full run of it. And we are playing this on Nightmare difficulty as well, for added challenge. Another episode of Night Springs. Again, if I wasn't doing this on stream, I would probably be... Oh, thank you, John. I would probably be sitting here and watching this stuff as well. And if you like talking about game design, we do have a Discord channel linked down below. Really, I missed it? I shouldn't really need the bullets all that much, but I guess it's nice to take, right?
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one. So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Did I take it?
Yeah, but why would you do that?
I may have taken it, being extra speedy. But again, this isn't like Dead Space or Resident Evil, where resource management is a very big part of the game. This time, it's all about keeping our momentum going. I am East Coast, United States.
The vision
That's a
left
big
me
tree.
weak. This was no head injury.
Oh no.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please!
Rusty! We're going to be introduced to a new enemy type very shortly. It is 11:25 p.m. Yeah, I just said that like a like one of like those automatic voices.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
So the new enemy type is going to be this goo that's going to be showing up.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. so dark.
One thing I want to touch on that I really like about Alan Wake is how the rules of the universe work with the light and the darkness.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Like, it has like a logical consistency to it.
Page from the manuscript.
Oh, nice.
Help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Alright, lights. I can't take that, right? Unfortunately, as we're about to see, Rusty is not going to be doing so well.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
I thought I saw a page on that bench over there. But I guess the question is, would people consider Alan Wake to be a horror game? I mean, there's definitely horror elements to it. But again, so much of this game is about you kind of being ahead of everybody else in terms of your combat and your ability to just keep ahead with dodging. Oh no.
That was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way
I don't
to
think
get the
I
lights
can.
back on.
Oh, Rusty.
Rusty! Rusty!
Look at the darkness. Oh.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
We don't want to stand on that stuff. Uh-oh. I can use the focus to kind of keep them at bay. You can also shoot the axes out of the air as well. 1, 2, 3. Oop. 4. As you can see, no flare gun, no shotgun. We'll have to find them once again. Oh, Rusty.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Uh-oh. Rusty.
Fishing is only.
Oh, look.
Oop, heard yourself, Park. Fishing. License, obey. The Park Ranger's instructions. At all times.
Again, we just want to keep the light passively on him.
2 bears and wolves.
Thank you.
Approached any other wildlife closer than 45 yards.
But yeah, the boss fights just are not all that interesting to fight.
Never leave your pet unattended.
Come on.
It is against the law. To remove any.
When he gets too close, you just want to get the lay on him.
Run apart.
Come on.
This includes even rocks you made.
Where are you going?
Or even simple berries.
Come on, almost. Once it's been melted away, we can then directly damage him. Rusty. Rusty's being a pain tonight. Oh, nice. There we go. And again, get over those headshots. I think I hit him in the left shoulder. There we go. No more Rusty. I've never seen Rusty like run back that way before. That's not a good noise. There's our badass dodge. And again, using the flashlight to stop them from attacking. I'm afraid not at the moment. Alright, now we can move on. That's not a happy noise. Again, Here's our little save area with more light. Oop.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw
The draw
something.
distance is still really
Forget
impressive.
about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy.
Again, follow the light.
Now, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
I don't know, we should just bring Barry as backup. Alright, so once again, there is our destination. But getting there is going to take some doing. Alright, so we can run up that way. I hope we're going the right way. There's quite a bit of side area in Allen Way because these maps are so wide. No, I am going the wrong way. I think I got turned around. Oop. I see what I did. But if you want to find everything, you do have to go off the beaten path. There we go. There it is. Of course, we have to go down below. And we should get an alert when we're near there by the glowing paint. We really shouldn't need it. Oh, wait.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Oh, look. A deep, dark cave. Shiny cave. Surprisingly, the bats are not bad in this game. There's our shotgun. I don't think there's a rifle. But I know there is a rifle that's going to come up later. When you hear that whispering in the dark, that's your clue something bad's about to happen. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa! Here they come! Again, we want to try to properly manage our dodging and our running here, because we have a fixed amount of stamina. Yeah, definitely not finishing this in... Get up there! What are you doing, Alan? In one stream. Hope this works. I think I may get killed here. Again, we always want to head towards the light. There we go. There's our rifle. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a shotgun. Guess we can't dual wield shotguns, right? And again, we just want to push from save point to save point. This is one of those sections where I may get killed. Oh boy. Ow. That's one of the more advanced enemies. Heavy Dude. Who actually does a lot of damage. Ooh, that was a lucky dodge. Another lucky dodge. Ooh. almost at the light. Uh-oh. The light went out. I'm dead. Oh. Alright. Again, they can track me pretty well. Ooh, lucky dodge. Wait, we want to use elevation to help us here. Ah. That was lucky right there. That, my friends, was just really luck. So we're safe. We'll probably go for at least an hour, maybe another hour and 20. Usually 2 to 3 hours per stream. There's some more Energizer brand batteries. I wonder if I can get paid every time I mention that. They're in the dark. And of course, the lumberjack crew is a... Oh no! Oh, you. Oh. I got sandwiched between them there. But yeah, other than the 4 sections, we really just want to avoid them. So I think I can maybe trick them. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, the Matrix-style dodge is very important to get. Alright, so we're safe there. Don't think there's anything over there. But again, the game will checkpoint every time we go into the light. Anything over here? And again, the game has a really good, like, small town feel to it. And that's why we were describing a lot of, like, that Twin Peaks style. Oh. Doesn't matter if they kill me here or not. We already got the checkpoint. There we go. Another page. We're coming up on the most annoying part of this chapter really soon. But first, oh, come on, Alan, what are you doing? What's funny is I think the controls in Dead Space, despite being more claustrophobic, are more responsive than in Alan Wake. Now for the tough part. We got some crows, I believe, coming up. We're going to be introduced to a... Uh-oh. We're going to be introduced to one of my favorite mechanics in Alan Wake really soon, and that's using flares as defensive tools. Should have gotten a drink before I started the second stream. No. I don't know about you, but if we ran into the situation and I knew light was a weapon, I would just hoard every flare on me at all times.
That flashlight's kid stuff.
I love this.
The flares will keep the bastards away.
What's interesting, we get lighting upgrades in this game.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
All right.
Why? Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
So now we're going to use the flares, and this will be a way for us to really speed run through Alan Wake.
It took a moment, but then I
because I'll be making use of these to basically keep them at bay while I turn on generators to make progress.
There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
Uh-oh. Come on, buddy. As long as we're staying in the light of the flare, we're safe. Now this part is kind of annoying. We have to... He's the one who has to kill these guys, not us. How? Yeah. We can kind of... It's kind of a double light source to knock these guys' shields out. Come on, buddy. Kill him. Hi, Flava. Welcome to Bright Falls. Or should I say Alan Wake? Come on, kill him. You know, this will be a really good, like, co-op horror experience. One person with the light, the other one with the gun.
Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it.
And now we got some fun. So for this case, we can't kill him.
A little longer. Scare him off.
All I can do is delay him.
Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us.
Again, I love this mechanic too. It's just such an interesting way of giving you defense.
A little longer. I almost got it.
It gives you power, but it's limited power.
Move it or lose it.
Run, Alan, run.
That's right.
And again, use the light.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Alright. I think this is either the end of the episode or we're really close. But first, more Energizer brand batteries.
This is it, Wake. The last stand.
Oh boy.
Here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
And of course the light gets knocked down.
They're coming. That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Alright. And like I said, they are actually really good at aiming with those axes. Double. Come on, man, kill him. My co-op buddy here sucks. Did he just miss 4 shots in a row? I think this section should be coming to an end soon, though. Oh. It's like 3 more. Now, there is a lot of combat in Alan Wake, but nowhere near as Dead Space. Come on, buddy. I like the guys in the tracksuits. Then there's 1 or 2 more waves. Uh-oh. Ow. Come on. There we go. Wasn't getting the flare off. Come on, that's 2, 3. Ow! Again, these big guys... Again, as long as we are in the light, or we have flares down, they will not attack. This guy is not doing a good job killing them. Alright. And yeah, it should be obvious by now, but you do not want to be surrounded in this game. If we had a rifle, we could probably kill this guy fairly quickly. Alright, that's the wave. I like how he just covered his head there.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
And the best part, no
Say
QTEs.
that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her up.
Oh, Alan. There's one thing that I don't think they ever explain. How did he get a recording of Alice?
Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
Because you'll see why I say that in a few
He
minutes.
had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Alright. Oh wait, I don't think Foreign's met Barry yet. Well, that's good. Or I think he left just as we began to meet Barry. Because Barry, of course, is the greatest character in this game. But to get back to him, we're going to need to run through some more woods. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, so these are some more clues as to what's going on here. Alright. But this is not going to be easy. And again, playing this on Nightmare, really, it doesn't change the game a lot. In the sense of what I'm doing. It just means I have fewer, basically, safety nets in terms of taking damage. By the way, those were bear traps I was dodging. And look, there's a cabin. Huh, what's that over there? Do you see something sparkling in the distance? I wonder if that's a page. You know, between Dead Space 2 and this, we're playing some games with some really impressive lighting effects. Lighting and shadow, I should say. Alright. I'm pretty sure if I fall down here, it's going to kill me. I know, it's very confusing. Oh boy.
What the hell?
Again, when I'm not running, I won't be jumping. I don't think they follow me. Oh, never mind, they do. So this is one of those cases where I want to use a flare. If they were still following me, I would use it here while I get the generator up and running. I'll take that. Now what's very interesting, again, you guys, we haven't seen it yet, is how much, oh, there's our rifle, how much the game really changes when we get to the DLC. Now we just gotta run straight down. Yeah, that's a page. Look at it. I'll head down there and we'll be nothing. I'll get killed. You just wait and see. Nah, looks like it is just a random thing. It is. Oh, it's a light. Damn. Oh, that was a failure of a dodge. Like right here, this is the time to use a flare. And then I'm safe. Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely. Now all we gotta do is run towards the light. Hey. And if anybody sees any pages in the dark, let me know. Oh, and these are other collectibles. 1 second. I wonder if this is a Twin Peaks reference. And again, the enemies are infinitely spawning. Oh crap. This is not good. Alright, we're safe. If you're really good at movement techniques, you'll get far in Alan Wake. Oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay, we're good. No one will fall in there. Ooh, I think I remember this part. I said movement. Is that no? Yeah, tactical, no. Alan Wake is not going to be the next Solid Snake. I think this opens up a way. Whee! Oh. What is hitting me? Is there a poltergeist around? Oh, evil. Guess that's a slime. I've seen, like, parts of it on TV, but never watched the whole thing. There's some more slime we can... I'm sure let's just, like, dodge around it. I remember being scared, like, you know what, watching the original Nightmare on Elm Street way back in the day. It was like 5 or 6. Uh-oh. So again, we do not want to fight that guy. Oh, there's our exit. Huh, that wasn't too bad. Uh-oh, is that the birds? He can't get me, right? Wait a minute. Is that a page? Oh no! My lust for knowledge has gotten me killed.
Be aware of Widowmakers.
Yeah. And as a fun fact... Oh, hold on 1 second. Jennifer Aniston was in a Leprechaun. Oh, that wasn't the page. With Warwick Davis. I don't know where that guy went. But who cares? He's fine. And again, we are heading towards that light. Yeah, You need to get the timing down for that dodge, or you will be punished royally in this game. Yeah, I know. He looks really scary these days. And Keanu Reeves never ages, it seems. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a bit close for comfort. Now we run. Because I don't want to fight a chainsaw dude. There we go, we made it. And they all back up.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
You gotta save Barry.
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Oh, the birds.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Ah, this is when we start driving. Uh-oh. Let's see. See, the thing is that they don't differentiate between the normal pages and the nightmare-only pages. Also, anyone else find where there's hunting rifle ammo in a lady's bathroom? Ah. Yep. And that's live action, as you can tell up there.
A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing.
I would love to make a video game that has kind of like that writing, you know, twisting the narrative kind of design. Something like Call of Juarez 3, but a lot more involved. Alright, I think we got everything here, or at least, again, we're not going to spend a lot of time hunting around, because we do have to get this finished before the 8th, when Dead Cells comes out. I don't know, I've seen people play that game a lot, I just never picked it up. And now we drive. Now the thing is that these vehicles can brake. So we do not want to run directly into enemies or objects if we can. So we're here. And again, whenever we're in the light, we are safe. Oh, and there's also an achievement for knocking cans down. If we do all of them. And just like with our flashlight, we can super boost it. I guess provided by Energizer. Come on. And then once it's knocked out, we're going to finish them all that way. Man, that's a tough guy. Alright. It's a little floaty, but again, this is an action game, not exactly a driving game. But it does the job. Come on, Alan. Anything over here? I'm pretty sure that just takes us another way. Again, these maps are so wide, it's very easy to get lost. I think once we get back to Barry, that should end the chapter. There is developer's commentary we could turn on. That may be a little too distracting as well. Uh-oh. Guess we're going on foot. Oh, the birds are here.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Oh boy. Alright, we got the flare gun, everything is good now. Oh, hello. Uh-oh.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
And that's ominous right there. Oh. I actually never found this.
The girl to lure the writer into a trap. Now it was night, and he lay helpless, drugged, lit only by the flickering of the TV screen filled with static. Shadows coalesced in the room as the dark presence leaned close to the writer, ready to touch him again. Back to work, boy.
Oh, nice. Alright.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
It's time to fight some birds, folks. Here they come.
Ow! I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Thank you, Barry. Alpha Hitchcock will have a field day with this. Where are they? I don't think I've ever seen the original. I've heard like all the references and such. I did see The Shining. Come on. Okay, the trick is we want to let them get close enough. Come on. There we go. Oh, I got an achievement. If it flies, it burns. Maybe we're killing an entire flock in one hit. Uh-oh. There's two. Oh, I missed. So you don't actually have to shoot the birds. You just need to get them in the light. Burn them. And you can see how I'm just like passively killing them. Alright, there you go. That should have been the final group. Maybe not. Yeah, as long as you keep the light on them, they will not engage you. And at this point, we're nearing the end of the chapter, so really, I don't care about my resources. I just want to try and kill these things as quickly as possible. Reminds me of the bugs from Diablo 2. Come on. Pop. There. Is that it? Nope, it is not. It's a lot of birds. Trying to get a little peckish. There we go. Again, we deal with the area. With their core, and they'll die.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
Right, that should be the end of the
I
chapter.
sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description.
Or I think we may
He'd
have
go
something
through the
else.
archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real.
It would be amazing we had Garth Marenghi's Alan Wake.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour. See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old dear diner.
Good girl.
Uh-oh. That's a creepy face. Alright. I want to make copyright claims I'm getting right now with music.
Come here. Pretty please.
Yep.
Can you tell me where I am? You won't you say something?
Yeah. Alright, so that is the end of episode 2.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, the killer. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is the manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Anyone want a belly burster hot dog? Or zany chicken fried steak?
I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Alright, we're almost there.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting
Better
to the
doesn't like
best
getting
part.
interrupted.
All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
There's some physics tire swinging for the folks. Aw. I think this should be the house. There we go. Ellen looks very serious right now.
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're here.
That's gonna be fun
Rose,
when we
you
get
have
to
my
it.
manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes.
My manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey Al? Al, what's... Oh.
Barry! What?
So you never trust when people pour you a drink.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started.
Not the darkness.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
And of course, it's night now.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
Look at that.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under
There's some more
similar
foreshadowing
circumstances,
for
Thomas
everybody.
Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close.
Oh,
Rose
Barry.
took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Oh, and there's her. She doesn't look too well, does she?
Right. Deserve more money. So handsome.
Alright. Well, Barry's not going to help us.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Alright. And again, every chapter starts us back at 0 in terms of items and weapons.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you.
I think the voice actor, I think he's a famous radio station person, but I don't know his name. Come on, Alan, jump.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
Jeez. I believe there's a prologue, lore, that explains why Nightingale hates Wake so much.
Damn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Come on! Take it easy, Alan. Get after it! Don't let him get away! Move it! Move it! Move it! Let him get away!
Now, despite them shooting at us, we never really run into gun-wielding enemies in Alan Wake, which is a pretty sharp departure from the Max Payne series. I think we should, actually, one second. We should be able to finish episode 3 tonight, maybe.
There he goes!
But yeah, this is nowhere near as long as Dead Space 2.
Oh, damn.
I liked Max Payne 2. Oh, one second. But that combat feels very antiquated to me now after all these years. Again, just following our little beacon up there. What will probably take some time are the DLC chapters. Because that's when Remedy really pulled out all the stops in terms of enemies and situations. Also, I have no light or weapon right now. That's not good for me. I forget what new enemy they introduced. I think this is the chapter we run into the poltergeist enemies. Meanwhile, they're all down there trying to get me, but we don't care about them, right? Uh-oh. Again, the lighting and fog in this game is so oppressive. It's really good. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Run,
circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
We have to go Rambo in the woods here. And Barry's just sleeping the whole thing off.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
And we look at birds. Yeah. Secret window, I think. Secret or rear window? I think, wait, rear window wasn't the one with Christopher Reeve? Oh, well, there goes that helicopter. Oh, and we can see the debris from here. And look, there's the gas station again.
This is James. Mulligan Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything.
Alright. When are we going to...
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Uh-oh. And now we're introduced to the poltergeist.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light. There was no power to the searchlight.
There we go. I could imagine like an open world style game where you're trying to keep light in certain areas. Could be very interesting. Alright. Here you go. Take that. Oh, there's something else around here. We should be getting our hands on a weapon soon. Yep, that could be true. Lighthouses as far as the eye can see. Dun 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 dun. Now what you can do to conserve batteries, just let it passively kill it. And only juice it up when it's about to die.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Alright. So here's our new collectible, the flashbang. And yes, we will have to make use of it here. Is that somebody to my left? Now the thing is, unlike the flares, there is a delay between me pulling the trigger and it actually going off. Just make it a little bit more unreliable. Oh no, get in the light. Whew. Alright, we're safe.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat May.
But it will kill the enemies, though.
Pat? What's on your mind, Milt? Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Oh, hello. Hey, I'm trying to get a page. for it. Oh. Now we run. Again, big guys we want to keep away from at all times, because that attack will probably get me down to half to a quarter health easily. Oh, there we go. Oh. Come on, Alan. But yeah, this part can be a bit annoying, since we really don't have any guns. Uh-oh. I have to rely entirely on the flashbangs. But they are, as you can see, very effective. We're getting closer. There's some Evil Dead looking fog, isn't it? And we haven't had a checkpoint yet either. Oh. There we go, now we're safe.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, the night owl. Let's see. Pat, let me in.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
As that keeps calling us writers, too.
We're all friends here, right? Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
He's very athletic in the cutscenes.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous.
That's good.
That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Alright. Ah, nice. Now, very important, we want to get this turned on as quickly as possible, as it will stop them from spawning. There we go. And we can replace the items, as you can see there. Should probably get in the light. Alright, now we're armed. I have one flare to my name, though. And now we're going to do some running, folks. So you can blind them for like a few seconds and then keep pushing. He's right behind me. Yep. And again,
there was no sensible reason for the power company railroads to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
We want to use these lights as passive ways of guiding us, as well as dealing with these enemies. I saw a generator or something in here. Oh, good. That ain't good. Look at that. This is the wrong way, by the way, folks. There we go. Burn. Ooh, don't hit me. Oh. Should be all of them. Stay in the light. And now we gotta push. Oh, look, another thermos. And when you hear that noise in the woods, it means that this is where they can spawn on me. What's this? Train. Grab all this. I don't remember if the emergency boxes are random or fixed in terms of what they have.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
We won't be getting to the dam, I think, in tonight's stream, but I think that'll probably be tomorrow. And that's when we get into a lot more of these shooty bits of Alan Wake. Oh boy. I believe this is when the poltergeists are going to be coming for me. Whoa. Physics are going to come and attack me now.
Stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
We're about to get attacked. That's a beautiful shade of blue there. Uh-oh. That's going to hit me, isn't it? So we just have to kill the thing that's in our way. I think I'm about to get killed here.
And a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
And again, we want to avoid fighting as much as possible. Alright. Hang to the left. And as soon as we get to the front there, we'll drop a few flashbangs.
The darkness that was pursuing
Sometimes you can get lucky and the objects get trapped behind stuff. It makes it a lot easier to avoid them. Come on. Get me through. There we go. Uh-oh. Ow. Yeah. Again, the physics are kind of funky because of the poltergeist.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Now, I can't hurt poltergeist enemies with my guns. Only with light. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Peekaboo. Come on. Hop. Eat boomstick. There we go. Yeah. It can always be part of the fun, but it's time you do have to watch out for in those kinds of games. Like when we were watching Enter the Gungeon. He looks happy. And again, stay in the light, and they can't really do much against me. TV.
We take the facts of our existence for granted.
I like to watch that, but we just don't have the time on stream. Oh, there's our car. Ooh, I think I remember this. The environment's about to hurt us in a big way. And yes, that will hurt. If it connects. I may be dead. Yeah. I thought there was only 2 guys up, but I had a feeling there was 3. Alright. So pretty much just want to use our grenades and flashbangs. 1, 2, 3. And again, the flare just passively does damage to everything. Cool. Thank you. And we're going to light those guys up. Once this thing runs out of power, it will die. There we go. What's very interesting is that despite playing this on Nightmare difficulty, these enemies do fall pretty quickly. Oh, hit the dodge a half second too late. 2 weapons. So it's not like they really make the enemies thicker or have more health on the higher difficulties. I think it's just more they lower your health. I want to get closer to these guys so that we can try and get them all in the blast rings. Oh. Uh-oh. Did I get him? We just want to stay like to the side so it doesn't back up into us, but we still have free reign to get him with the light. Uh-oh. I'm playing a Wolf Matador with a bulldozer. Uh-oh. Get away. Come on. Die. There we go. I heard. Really interested to see what they're going to do with it. Alright. There's a flare. Oh. Die. And again, we're not safe until we get back into the light. There we go. Now we're safe.
been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Away we go.
The coal mine wasn't far now.
Nice majestic view.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
I liked number 5, looks like you, the masks,
was coming true. The current of its
and I think there was one other one that I can't remember.
Waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case.
Oh, and the obsolete man. Alright, now time for some little vehicle section. Huh, just a light spot. Driving along here. Oh, hey. Really, when Alan Wake gets its hardest will probably be the final chapter and when we get to the DLCs. Stop. We should be almost there. There's a fun little twist that happens on the final chapter, too. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if we'll have the time to get through the whole part of this episode tonight. But really, 2 to 3 days should be at most for the main game. It also depends on if we get stuck at a few of the nastier sections, but this is not going to be anywhere near.
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
But yeah, this is nowhere near as a difficulty spiky as Dead Space 2. Oh, did I miss something? There we go. I lost all my weapons again.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Oh, wait, we still have our weapons. Never mind.
Wait.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mountain, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
Yes, here's the question. How is Alan's phone still charged? That's a good sign.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Exactly. Lithium Energizer batteries. This stream brought to you by Energizer batteries. There we go. Whoop. I do like how the game really keeps to this aesthetic of like a country or more like a mountainous town. Like we're not going to be going like into crazy areas in this one. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot. There we go. How do we get out here? I mean, we have more than enough resources. Yeah, I would agree with that. For those who don't know what we're talking about, many of the enemies can sometimes attack you twice in a single attack. Sometimes they'll just do a single. Now here's a little bit of physics at work here. I can use this thing to actually block the poltergeist attacks. Because if that thing runs into me enough times, it can kind of like stack damage. There we go. Should let me through. I want to use the flashbang. So actually I'm going to hold on to them before we come to a section I need to blast through quickly. Oh, hello. Another thing, as long as the enemies are up, they can't spawn more of them. Oh. Well, that thing sounds nice. Of course, we gotta go in there. Okay, gotta love those flashbangs. Alright. Does anyone know how long we have for the rest of this episode? So I'm not sure we'll have the time to finish it tonight. That would make more sense, too.
What the hell?
Uh-oh. Ooh. There's a hurricane.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Ooh, this part I remember. So this is where we run out if our car takes too much damage. This becomes very painful. Time to play roller derby. Vehicle this way. Now it's very important, is I need to angle this car back over there. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. All we gotta do is get up those stairs. This is where physics are gonna come into play. That was a lucky dodge. If one of those things hits me, it will probably kill the car. be safe. We're about to get in some more trouble. Where are we going?
Forget your lunchbox.
Did you say don't forget your lunchbox? Get a shot off. Where was that damn ladder? You son of a... Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Alright, we're good. This chair's gotta be a reference to something. Alright. More creepy goo. Ooh.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Thank you, Alan. Anybody see anything down there? No. I think we should be entering the mine soon. Uh-oh. And now we'll do some running. Hey, turn to a page. When you're running away, you won't have flares out. I may die here. Not bad. Uh-oh. He may kill me in one hit if he connects.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
And now we got an upgrade. Fancier boomstick. I think both ways lead us to correctly. What's nice is because they're flashbangs, they do not hurt us. really too many bosses in this game. Or anything that would be considered a boss fight. Except for a few of the name guys.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
We shall see, Mr. Wake.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Alright, so this is definitely a enhanced guy. One dodge. Those super fast guys are elites. The most badass flare gun around.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Take that. Has anyone ever seen a car get taken down by a flare gun? Spooky. Wait a minute. Oh, new page.
Doc sat down heavily. He examined Barry and Rose. Barry was already recovering. Rose was another story. She was conscious, but she was barely present. Almost.
Again, those pages I have not found before. Very deep. Or tremors. That was a very good shot, too. We're going to get air fudge. Just ran around them. Maybe won't they will play Blood as a classic game stream. This can't be the right way. I've be missing something stupid here. There it is.
Key for the door.
Here's some more RNG at work here. Come on, Alan, open up. Remember how they move can make this part very easy or very hard.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawled back upstairs.
This is all original.
I'll borrow these things for my story.
Based on some
they ring true. They fit.
Or like some inspiration. Oh, there's our sniper. I think I'm going to keep the shotgun. At least until we get a tier 2 weapon there. We should be nearing the lookout by now.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Got a little secret. Dual flare guns would be OP in this game. I'm just saying that right now, folks.
Birds.
Birds. Get past their trigger point, we should be good. Some claustrophobic fun. Can't hear you, Alice. This can't be good. Run. I think we're good. Wait a minute. Oh. Puzzle time.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Nothing too complicated here. Is Isn't it over after this mine area? Or do we have a little bit more to go? This should be good. There we go. What do we have over here? Just about out. And once we're done with this chapter, that will take us to the end, yeah, for tonight. There's any goodies over there. I think the next chapter is a pretty long one. There we go. Run, man, run. Nice and bright here. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong way, but we get a nice view. Alright, here we go again. It's nice that the beacon keeps us pretty alert. So I'm using the flare as defense.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
Again. Nice and peaceful. not jump into Cauldron Lake. I don't know. Neat. Oh no. Oof. And now we're going. I think I should be safe. There we go. We're making good time. Ah, there it is. Just more crows. Thermos. Alright, where are we going? Nice and peaceful. The flares are more important to us than guns, I think. That is not good. Jeez. Very rough. Nice shot, buddy. Don't forget our coffee. I think we are just about there.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot
Well,
where
that
the island
achievement.
and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Oh, we did in less than 30 minutes. Not bad. Speedrunning, folks.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! That you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? To get him right in for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Ah!
Previously on Alan Wake. I'm hunted by the law.
Alright.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
We made really good time tonight.
I felt groggy. Whatever.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for the stream. So tomorrow night we'll be back around 9:30, 10 Eastern, and we'll see if we can push through. We may finish the base game tomorrow, but we'll also attempt the DLC. But if you're new, be sure to check out our Discord channel and come back for daily discussions on game design here and on Game Wisdom, where we examine the science of games. So, everyone have a good night, and I will see you all then.